Hi friends, it's Loli. This week I bring you some thrift flips. I'm gonna bring you 3 quick and easy but stunning farmhouse thrift flips. Here we go for the first inspiration piece. This piece came from my local thrift shop and it was this color. And I only paid $2 for it. So I just took all the stickers off, cleaned it really nicely, and I'm going to go ahead and take some of the spray paint and completely cover the basket with it. Then I took some buffalo check ribbon that I got from Johann Fabrics on clearance, and I'm just going to go ahead and put it around the middle portion of the basket right there. It is a bit tricky to put this on here when I was getting ready to glue it on because this basket is tapered. So we were gonna have to angle the ribbon a little bit and crunch it in some places in order to have this, sit pretty flat against the basket. I used the ridges of the basket to guide me exactly on the level of where to glue it. So I knew there was 3 different bumps on the basket that I was gluing it on, and I was just going in small sections at a time, adding some glue in between to make sure that this stayed nice and straight. I continue this process until I have completely covered the perimeter of the basket. Once it was completely covered, I go ahead and took some more of the ribbon and I created a 2-loop bow to add to the middle. All I did was just crisscross the bow and in different directions twice until it gave me 2 loops and tails on opposite sides. Then I scrunched it up in the middle and took a piece of twine and tied it up in place and fluffed up my bow. Friends, if you're enjoying this video so far, please go ahead and leave me a thumbs up. And if you're so inclined, go ahead and subscribe. I purposely left one of the tails a little bit longer than the other so I can create a little covering for the middle of the bow just to hide the jute cord and give this bow a more finished look. So I just burned off the edge of the ribbon and cut off a piece and then burned off the other edge to avoid any fraying of this piece, and I just glued it right in the middle of my bow, covering up that jute cord. Once I glued it, I had a little bit of excess of the ribbon there once I added the piece on the middle. So once I glued it and it was nice and secure, I just took the scissors and cut off that extra piece there of that fabric on the ribbon. And I was about to put the ribbon right there on the union of the 2 ribbons on the basket right there, but I didn't like how they join, the joint look there. You can see the glue and it just looked a bit uneven. So after I dovetailed the bills of the bow and burned off the edges of that as well to avoid unraveling, I didn't put that on the video, but I did burn off the edges of my dovetailed ends there to avoid any fraying. And as you can see there, I didn't like how that you can see that piece, so I took a piece of more of the ribbon and I cut in a square and I glued it on top of where the juncture is. So I just added hot glue on both sides, put it down, then put hot glue also in the top and bottom of the back of the ribbon, and this gave it more of a finished look. And I just glued my bow onto the middle of that patch piece right there, and that the union of those 2 pieces were covered by the tails of the bow. And here it is, guys. I love this piece. Let me know what you think. I love it. My friends, today's video is part of a collaboration. It is the Third Thursday Thrift Flip Open Invite. It is hosted by Elizabeth from Rustic Chicks Designs, by Tammie from the Rusted Willow, and the guest host this month, or the co-host this month, is Teri from the Robin's Nest by Teri. This is one of my favorite collaborations, so don't forget to go to the description box and click on the playlist so you don't miss out on all the amazing projects everyone is creating. All right, let's go ahead and do the second inspiration piece. For this one, I got this cutting board from a garage sale. I paid $2 for it. I just make sure that it was clean, and now I am going to paint it with my Black & Decker paint and primer. I gave it 3 coats. Now I'm taking this fabric from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to just place it, trying to figure out exactly where I want my letters to fall. Once I was done with that, I took quite a bit of Mod Podge, and I spread it around the surface. Then I came back with my fabric and placed it exactly where I wanted it. I wanted to make sure that one of the home pieces in the bottom showed clearly in the middle. So once I was done with that, I pressed it all down, made sure there was no bubbles, and I'm just gonna let it sit there. Then I took some more of that Mod Podge after I cut the ends. Apparently I cut off the excess of the fabric first, just so I can see a little bit better, just make it a little bit easier for me. So I took then some more Mod Podge and just poured it right on top of that. That was for me the easiest way to do it, and I just spread it around the entire surface to make sure that this was completely saturated, and this gave it a nice crunchy finish that is easy to clean. Then I took my utility knife from Dollar Tree and I am going along the entire seam of this, making sure that I'm using a brand new blade, just cutting along the excess fabric after it had dried, because it made it a lot easier, because once the Mod Podge dries, the fabric was hard. Now I'm going to take one of these chickens that I got from the Dollar Tree. It comes in that little pedestal thing there, so I just scored it with my utility knife and scored it in both ends, and then I slowly went back to where it was and I slowly went over and just cut it. I didn't want to go back and forth with it and crack it. I didn't want it to chip, so this gave me a nice clean finish, and I just sanded it down with my little nail file there. And now we are going to embellish our little cutting board. I took a piece of this buffalo check ribbon that I got in a grab bag from Makeovers, and I'm just going to add it there, covering the jointure of the painted piece and the fabric, and just to give this a more of a finished look. My friends, if you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, comment and share so you help my channel grow. It is free and it means the world to me. And a big thank you to my loyal subscribers for always being there to encourage and comment and watch and all that amazing stuff you guys do. And thank you to everyone that's new as well for clicking in my video and watching as well, and I hope you will consider subscribing. And then it's time to attach the chicken to the middle right here. I removed that sticker from the back and I added a healthy amount of hot glue and stuck it right in the middle right there. And there you go. But we need to embellish a little bit more. So I took some of this buffalo check ribbon and I added to the neck of the chicken right there. But I'm like, what is too flat? So I took some white paint and I'm going over all the edges of the chicken to give it a little bit more depth. I just did that in the entire perimeter of it. And then I said, it looks nice and everything, but I decided that I needed to add a little bit more to it. So I am going in and adding some like the resemblance of feathers on the tail and on the top, just to give it a little more definition. And now we are going to add some black paint. I'm using my 4-Car Rich Black paint to paint the entire perimeter of that. And I'm also going to go ahead and add some on top of the fabric there to give this more of a finished look by distressing the ends. And I think this just brought the piece all together. Let me know what you guys think of this piece so far. Once I was finished with that, I wasn't happy, so I added more. You know, I'm never done yet. So I added a bow right onto the ribbon in the top, and there we go. Here it is, all complete. Let me know what you guys think. I love this piece. I love how the green and the black and white play with each other. Let me know what is your thoughts. Here we go for the third DIY. I was so lucky to find this piece at my local thrift shop for $3, guys. It is massive. First thing that I did was clean it off using a wipey, and now I'm going to go ahead and take my rich black folk art paint and go ahead and cover all those indentations where all the letters are. I just did that with the entire piece. And I also added black to that line that you see in between the letters as well. And right now, guys, it looks like a hot mess, but just trust the process. Then I took one of these rolling pin kits from the Dollar Tree, added some of my Black and Decker paint and primer to it, and I'm going to go ahead and roll it on the entire piece. This gives, you know, the effect of it doesn't go into the groove, so the black will stand out and it will look distressed at the same time. I gave it 2 nice coats of this paint. Just make sure to have the rolling pin not too wet. Once that was dry, I took some more of this buffalo check skinny ribbon that I got from Michael's in a grab bag, and I'm going to add it to both ends of this sign. I just added hot glue to do that. The pieces on the back were a little long, so I just cut them down a little bit and tacked it down with a bit of hot glue. Here, my friends, I jumped the gun and did this first. I would have first painted the back first and then put the ribbon, but hey, I put the cat before the horse. But we are going to work around that anyway. I go ahead and finish adding my ribbon to it, but I did not like how the back looked, and most likely I will be putting this for sale if I get myself to that point, because I love it so much I don't want to give it up. But the plan is to sell it. Let's see. So I wasn't happy with the back, so I just went ahead and completely covered my back with 2 coats of the same Black and Decker paint and primer to make this a nice finished look. And just like that, guys, this is nice and simple. Here it is, all complete. You guys let me know what you think. I love this piece. It's massive, and I think it will be the perfect addition to anyone's home. Let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts? And here are some of my baby boy's creations. He was crafting with me for this event, so he wanted to make sure you guys took a look at his creations as well. Let him know in the comments what you think of them. As always, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Be blessed, be a blessing, and craft responsibly. And if you like this, follow me on social media. Here are my social media links. And don't forget to visit my friends at the playlist. Here are some suggestions for some videos you would like to watch. And don't forget to subscribe. Alright guys, you guys are awesome. Have a great day.